Plenty of smiles following the conclusion of the World Golf Championships at the Bridgestone Invitational. Thanks for clicking on the AkronNewsNow.com update. I'm Lindsay McCoy, bringing you a look at the latest local news. Well, tournament officials say that thanks to good weather and various ticket promotions, attendance was actually up this year when compared with 2009. Hunter Mahan won the Bridgestone Invitational for his first World Golf Championship title. The bonus was a spot on the U.S. Ryder Cup team. It wasn't just a bad weekend for Tiger Woods, it was terrible. His worst performance ever at Firestone Country Club, and the final scores that put him near the very bottom of the leaderboard. Plenty of action on the field and off the field for the 2010 celebration of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. All eyes were on Canton Sunday night as Dallas beat Cincinnati. Final score 16-7 to open the preseason. But on Friday, many were glued to a show that involved something other than pads and helmets. The Football Hall of Fame fashion show drew quite a crowd, and just in time for back-to-school shopping ideas.
Strike the pose.
Color combinations like red and black filled the runway at the Pro Football Hall of Fame fashion show, followed by an array of brights from purple to green. As many are getting ready for back-to-school shopping, plenty of ideas were on display for parents and their children. The models also flaunted their garments that could be worn like these structured pieces, flattering for all sizes and appropriate for the office. They played dress up in formal gowns, good for a black tie event, or maybe even a homecoming dance. One thing is for sure, though, the dresses had plenty of shimmer for a fashionista to stand out in a crowd. And don't forget the disco era. Yes, it's back with bell-bottoms and retro-inspired outfits, a variety of what you can fill your closet with this fall. While the city of Akron has seen its tax revenues decline again this year, Summit County has actually seen a slight increase in its main revenue source, the county sales tax. Summit County Finance Director Brian Nelson says sales tax revenues have increased year-to-date by 1.5% compared to 2009, and he credits a lot of the increase to the success of the first-time homebuyer program incentives that the federal government offered. And there's going to be limited space in the courtroom for the trial of a suspected serial killer in Cleveland. Only one family member of each of the 11 women whose remains were found in a Cleveland home will be allowed to sit in the courtroom during Anthony Sowell's trial. Cuyahoga County Common Pleas Judge Dick Ambrose says there's not enough room for everyone, and he says he studied several high-profile trials in Northeast Ohio, and he wants to avoid anything that would cause a mistrial. Sowell has pleaded not guilty to killing 11 women and dumping their remains around his home. And an Akron man who spent 6 years in the behavioral center and then the past year behind bars will finally stand trial on rape and murder charges this week. So what was the holdup for Jerron Johnson? Competency issues. When the alleged crimes happened 9 years ago, Jerron Johnson, who is now 21 years old, was deemed incompetent by a judge because he couldn't hear or speak and therefore couldn't communicate effectively with his attorneys. But in July of 2009, Summit County Common Pleas Court Judge Tom Teodosio ruled Johnson was competent after he spent several years in the Twin Valley Behavioral Center in Columbus, where doctors restored his competency by teaching him sign language and educating him on the court system. While his defense attorney is ready for a bench trial, he does not agree with Judge Teodosio's findings that Jerron is competent. Johnson was charged as a juvenile in 2003 with the 2001 rape and murder of a 45-year-old Jean Zinka on her Acres Avenue home. Well, as we look at our Akron area forecast today, we have plenty of sunshine in the forecast for today, but we do have a slight chance for thunderstorms as the evening comes around. High of 89 degrees, just a slight chance for storms tonight. Tomorrow, a chance for thunderstorms with a high of 90, so we will be pretty humid. Chance for pop-up thunderstorms for the rest of the week. As we look at our 5-day forecast, we'll be in the upper 80s through Friday. Continue to follow AkronNewsNow.com for the latest local news, sports, weather, and traffic updates 24/7. And you can also follow us on Facebook and on Twitter, too. For AkronNewsNow.com, I'm Lindsay McCoy, and enjoy your week.